Recently, Akiya, empty houses, vacant houses, or abandoned homes have become a problem in Japan, and some of them are actually for sale for 0 yen. But can they really be bought for 0 yen? Let's consider why Akiya is sold at 0 yen and whether it is 0 yen with the background. First, if you own a home, you are subject to taxes. Owning land or house requires you to pay property tax. A property tax is a tax that municipality imposes on those who own land or depreciable assets to the value of properties. The property tax rate is 1.4% on land and houses owned. There is also the city planning tax here. The city planning tax is a tax levied on land, houses, or depreciable assets located within the urban planning zone to cover the necessary costs of the project. To dig a little deeper, property tax is an ordinary tax with no defined use for the tax revenue. The city planning tax is a special purpose tax. A purpose tax is a tax that has defined the use for tax revenues to achieve a certain policy objective. As a result, the tax revenue is used for projects such as maintaining road, water supply, parks, other public facilities, and land readjustment projects in urban planning projects. The city planning tax is collected together with the property tax. The rate is 0.3%. So if we own land or houses, the tax rate is 1.4% or 1.7%. There is a rule, the special measure for standard tax value of residential land. It allows the assessed value of residential land for property tax purpose to be reduced to 1/6 to 1/3. Specifically, up to 200 square meters, the asset value is 1/6. And beyond that, the asset value is 1/3. The purpose is to lower the property tax since the living in the house equally to apply to almost all people. The special measures for standard tax value for resident land applies even if the property is vacant. Akiya. The property tax will only be 1/6 of the original amount with the measures. If you can't apply these measures, the tax amount seems to be increased sixfold. However, the tax base for residential and non-residential land changes. In addition, there is a house, it will be taxed separately. It is more accurate to think of it as about 4 times as much. Tax increases were given to small residential properties. However, public safety will deteriorate as the number of unoccupied and vacant houses increased. In addition, if not properly managed, they may collapse and adversely affect others. The landscape will also be compromised. Therefore, a bill has been passed to designate certain vacant houses and stop these 1/6 and other preferential treatment. The set of vacant houses fall under the condition shown on the right box, a condition that is likely to be collapsed or otherwise become extremely dangerous from a security standpoint, a condition that may be extremely hazardous to sanitation, significantly damaged by lack of proper management. Other inappropriate conditions to be left unattended to preserve the surrounding living environment. Even though vacant houses are assets, they can be troublesome. When it passed on by inheritance, an 80-year-old person's child already has a house if we assume his or her age is around 50. They don't need an additional house. Also, as mentioned earlier, property tax on vacant house could increase. Since the preferential treatment, zero income tax when selling vacant houses up to 30 million yen is available until 2027. People who inherit vacant houses tend to want to dispose of the property as soon as possible. The biggest issue is the cost of maintenance and management. In addition to the tax burden, the house will be damaged if not repaired or maintained. Many people want to give up inherited houses for these reasons. Furthermore, people are willing to sell for as little as 0 yen. So can you actually get vacant houses that sell for 0 yen by free? Actually, no. Considering Akiya's land and houses are total 8 million yen. First, there is a gift tax. Anyone who receives a gift of more than 1.1 million yen in 1 year must pay a gift tax. If you receive an 8 million yen house, you must pay gift tax and it will be about 1.5 million yen. Next is the real estate acquisition tax. This tax is paid to the prefecture government when you acquire real estate. The tax rate for houses is 3%. If the tax base is about 70%, it will be 5.6 million yen. The base will cost about 84,000 yen. The half of 3% of 5.6 million yen. As a registration, the license tax, you need to pay tax for transfer of ownership registration. Currently, the tax is 2%, so it is also roughly 110,000 yen. Repair expenses cannot be 0 yen. You need to pay it shortly. Let's assume that the repair cost is about 100,000 yen. The transfer agreement will involve an intermediary or attorney. The rough estimated cost is about 300,000 yen. That is already about 2.1 million yen. In addition, keep in mind that on the buyer's side, there will be maintenance cost, utility cost, transportation cost. Please note that although the price is said to be 0 yen, it is not actually 0 yen. However, there may be some good properties if they fit your needs. If you are interested, please check specialized websites. If it's tax related, you need to determine the direction in planning process, so I recommend that you consult with a specialist before moving forward. I hope to be able to remove some of the tax concerns by sending out messages through this channel. I send out an email newsletter with information that can help you save on tax in Japan. If you are interested, please subscribe from the overview section. Thank you for watching to the end. See you again with the next video.